Good morning and welcome to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Katie Spicer. It's Thursday, January 25th, 2024, and wouldn't you know that we have some type of crazy weather going on? Be careful out there today and tonight as chances of thunderstorms persist throughout the day and into nighttime hours as flooding remains a real concern. Besides weather, we'll check out action from the Cullman County basketball tournament, take a look into the Cullman County Library discussing increased security, and at some bright, shining students at Holly Pond. Of course, we'll also look at the weather and obituaries, all coming up now on Cullman Today. So let's get into the top stories. Several rounds of rain and thunderstorms are expected across the Tennessee Valley from Tuesday through late Thursday night. Storm total rainfall amounts will range from 2 to 3 inches, but locally higher amounts can be expected with thunderstorms. The risk for flash, aerial, and river and creek flooding will be high during this period. On Wednesday, the board gathered to discuss new security protocols in light of a recent incident at the Cullman County Public Library. Laura Benton, the library's circulation manager, brought to light a concerning situation with a regular visitor who had been without housing. This individual, a patron since September, began showing erratic behavior starting in November, escalating in frequency and intensity. Despite the challenges, Benton and her staff strive to offer compassionate assistance, providing him with resources and computer access. The situation took a turn in December when the patron's behavior became increasingly disruptive, occurring almost weekly. One particularly distressing incident involved the patron attempting self-harm, which led to police involvement. Upon their arrival, officers discovered an existing arrest warrant resulting in his temporary detention. However, the patron returned to the library just 2 days later. The continuous issues peaked on January 8th when another library patron filmed his erratic actions and alerted law enforcement. The Cullman Police Department responded, and an officer ultimately decided to issue a trespassing warrant due to the repeated disturbances. In response to these events, Tanya Alcorn, the vice chair of the board, sought advice from Dr. Nancy C. Pack of the Alabama Public Library Service. Dr. Pack provided valuable resources, including a safe workplace handbook and a conflict resolution guide aimed at better equipping the library staff to handle similar situations in the future. Board Chair Jill Meggs praised the staff for their exceptional handling of the situation, balancing compassion with the need to maintain safety for all library patrons and employees. This meeting highlights the ongoing efforts to ensure a secure and supportive environment in our public libraries. The Cullman City Board of Education recognized 2 educators as 2024 School System Teachers of the Year at its regular meeting that had been rescheduled to Tuesday, January 23rd due to the previous week's ice storms. It is my honor tonight to recognize our 2 2024 School System Teachers of the Year, said Superintendent Kyle Koloff, calling Cullman Middle School teacher Cassie Bowen and West Elementary Gifted Program teacher Miranda Gunter to come forward and receive a bouquet and a round of applause. Koloff touched on each teacher's accomplishments, noting their dedication that each educator has demonstrated over their years with Cullman City Schools, and sharing that both educators serve in different areas of each school, noting Bowen's involvement as an interventionist for students with dyslexia and Gunter's long career in different capacities with Cullman City Schools. Read more on this story at cullmantribune.com or pick up a copy of the paper. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on at the Cullman County Tournament from Cullman Tribune sports editor Nick Griffin. The Cullman County basketball tournament resumed at Wallace State's Tom Drake Coliseum Wednesday night, and we got things started with the JV girls matchup between West Point and Cold Springs. The Eagles and Warriors were tied at 22 going into the locker room at halftime, and West Point held a 2-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But Cold Springs rallied in the final 3 minutes of regulation to collect a 41-35 win and a spot in Saturday's JV girls championship game. Macy Huffstutler led the Lady Eagles with 19 points in the win, and Cadence Williams added 12. Mary Beth Penn led West Point with 14 points in the loss. Cold Springs will now advance to play either Good Hope or Holly Pond in the JV Girls Championship game Saturday at 2:30 p.m. In Wednesday night's second county tournament game, Holly Pond and Vinemont battled it out for the chance to play in Thursday night's semifinals. Vinemont held on to a 26-19 lead after the first half and had to fend off a late push from the Broncos to earn a hard-fought 41-38 win and advance to the semifinals. Whitney Quick led the Lady Eagles with 14 points in the win, and Reagan Robinson added 8. Emma Earle posted 11 points in the loss for Holly Pond. Vinemont will be back on the court to face the top-seeded Good Hope Lady Raiders Thursday night at 6:15. In our nightcap from the county tournament, West Point and Cold Springs clashed in the opening round of the varsity boys bracket with a spot in the semifinals on the line. The Warriors went into the locker room with a 35-21 lead at halftime and pulled away in the second half to defeat the Eagles 68-42 and punch their ticket to the semifinals. Jay Lamar racked up a game high of 29 points in the win, and Colton Perry finished with 12. Cole Bales led the Eagles with 24 points in the loss. West Point will be back at Tom Drake Coliseum Friday night to play Holly Pond in the varsity boys semifinals at 7:30. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with our news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Link of Cullman County is bringing back their Volunteers in Public Schools program. A mentor meeting is scheduled for this Thursday night beginning at 6 p.m. at the Link of Cullman County. The VIPs program is a partnership between community volunteers and children in local public schools that may need a positive adult role model, a companion, or simply an adult to listen to them. For more information on the Link of Cullman County and their VIPs program, attend the meeting or reach out to the Link at 256-798-2034. Cullman County's Pregnancy Resource Center, First Source for Women, is in need of volunteer workers to help keep their operations and outreach going. First Source for Women provides ultrasounds, vitamins, counseling, and baby care items to women dealing with unexpected or unintended pregnancy in an effort to increase their confidence in parenthood and give mom and baby the best start. Potential volunteers are asked to reach out to First Source for Women at volunteers@firstsourceforwomen.org or by calling the center at 256-352-5683. The Dodge City Senior Center was on the receiving end of a generous donation of food and goods by an anonymous donor, along with Dodge City local Trent Hayes and manager of the Dodge City Dollar General. Town Clerk Vicki Ogletree, as well as 2 of Dodge City's council members, Heather Langley and Tiara Johns, were on the hand at the Dodge City Senior Center on Tuesday, January 23rd, to accept the donation on behalf of their seniors. Holly Pond High School students were invited to participate in a mock ACT exam earlier this month. The students' scores shocked and pleased the administration. However, the students with the highest scores were recognized by the school. The highest composite scores from each grade were freshman Michaela James with a score of 23, sophomores Silas Reynolds and Blakely Baggett tied with a score of 27, and junior Xander Grazer with a score of 29. Students that scored the highest in the school were recognized as Kaylee Wood scoring a 29 in math, Megan Fry and Levi Kelso both scoring a 28 in science, Missy Williams scoring a 34 in reading, and Blakely Baggett scoring a 32 in English. Great work, students. That concludes our 4 and 4, so now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respect with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have passed away this week as we turn to obituaries. Violet Elizabeth Davis Pear. Violet Elizabeth Davis Pear, 76, of Hanceville, passed away on Sunday, January 21, 2024, in Falkville Health and Rehab. Funeral service will be held at 3 p.m. Friday, January 26, 2024, at Hopewell Baptist Church in Hanceville. Burial will be in the adjoining cemetery with Gober Funeral Home Chapel, Alabama, directing. Visitation will be at the church from 2 p.m. until service time at 3 p.m. Shirley Ann Price Devil. Graveside service for Shirley Ann Price Devil, age 88, of Cullman, will be at 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 27, 2024, at Hillview Cemetery, Alexander City, Alabama. Burial at Hillview Cemetery. Visitation will be from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. on Friday, January 26th, at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Cullman Heritage Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Edwin L. Buckaloo. Edwin L. Buckaloo, age 82, of Vinemont, Alabama, passed away on Tuesday, January 23, 2024. A visitation for Edwin will be held on Friday, January 26, 2024, from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Rithout's Gardendale Chapel, 2029 Decatur Highway, Gardendale, Alabama, 35071, followed by a funeral service at 11 a.m. That finishes up obituaries today. Our hearts and prayers go out to their friends and family. Now let's check today's weather forecast. Showers and possibly a thunderstorm where some of the storms could be producing heavy rain are expected today. The high will be near 68. A south wind will blow at 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. The chance of precipitation is 90%. New rainfall amounts between a half and 3/4 of an inch are possible. Tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm where some of the storms could produce heavy rain is expected. The low will be around 55. A south to southwest wind blowing from 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Wind gusts could reach as high as 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 80%. As we look ahead to Friday, you'll notice a chance of showers and thunderstorms. It will be cloudy with a high near 65 and a north-northeast wind around 5 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. As Friday night lingers on, there's a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, then showers likely between midnight and 3 a.m. Showers could turn into thunderstorms around 3 a.m. It will be mostly cloudy with lows dropping down around 54. There's a 70% chance of precipitation. That concludes our broadcast for today. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Remember to have a great day, be safe, and bundle up. Until next time, I'm Katie Spicer for Cullman Today.